Google LLC is an American multinational corporation and technology company focused on online advertising, search engine technology, cloud computing, computer software, quantum computing, e-commerce, consumer electronics, and artificial intelligence (AI). It has been referred to as the most powerful company in the world and is one of the world's most valuable brands due to its market dominance, data collection, and technological advantage in the field of AI. Google, parent company Alphabet Inc., is one of the five big tech companies alongside Amazon, Apple, Meta, and Microsoft. Company type: subsidiary. Industry: internet, cloud computing, computer software, computer hardware, artificial intelligence, advertising. Founded September 4, 1998. Founder Larry Page. Headquarter Googleplex, California, US. Area worldwide. Key people: Sundar Pichai, CEO. Google was founded on September 4, 1998 by American computer scientists Larry Page and Sergey Brin while they were PhD students at Stanford University in California. Together, they own about 14% of its publicly listed share and control 56% of its stakeholder voting power through super voting stock. The company went public via an initial public offering (IPO) in 2004. In 2015, Google was recognized as a wholly owned subsidiary of Alphabet Inc. Google is Alphabet's largest subsidiary and is a holding company for Alphabet Internet proprietaries and interests. Sundar Pichai was appointed CEO of Google on October 24, 2015, replacing Larry Page, who became the CEO of Alphabet. On December 3, 2019, Pichai also became the CEO of Alphabet. The company has since rapidly grown to offer a multiple of products and services behind Google search, many of which hold dominant market promotions. Those products address a wide range of use cases including email, Gmail, navigation, cloud computing, web navigation, Chrome, video sharing, YouTube, productivity, workspace operating system, Android cloud storage, language translation, translate, photo storage, photo, video, telephony, Meet, smart home, Nest, smartphone, Pixel, wearable technology, Pixel Watch, music streaming, YouTube Music, video on demand, YouTube TV, AI, Google Assistant, and Gemini, machine learning API, TensorFlow, AI chip, TPU, and more. Discontinued Google products include Gaming, Stadia, Glass, Google Plus, Reader, Play Music, Nexus, Hangout, and Inbox by Gmail. Google other ventures outside of internet service and consumer electronics include quantum computing, self-driving car, formerly the Google self-driving car project, smart cities, and transformate model. Google and YouTube are the two most visited websites worldwide, followed by Facebook and X, formerly known as Twitter. Google is also the largest search engine mapping Google began in January 1996 as a research project by Larry Page and Sergey Brin while They were both PhD students at Stanford University in California. The project initially involved an unofficial third founder, Scott Hassan, the original lead programmer who wrote much of the code for the original Google search engine, but he left before Google was officially founded as a company. Hassan went on to pursue a career in robotics and founded the company Willow Garris in 2006, while conventional search engine rank result by counting how many times the search term appeared on the page. They theorize about a better system that analyzes the relationship among websites. They called this algorithm PageRank. It determined a website relevance by the number of pages and the importance of those pages that link back to the original site. Page told his idea to Hassan, who began writing the code to implement Page's ideas. Page and Brain would also use their friend Susan Wojcicki garage as their office when the search engine was set up in 1998. Page and Brain originally nicknamed the new search engine Backroom because the system checkout backlink to estimate the importance of site. Hassan as well as Alan Steinberg were cited by Page and Brain as being critical to the development of Google. Rajiv Motwani and Terry Winograd later co-authored with Page and Brain the first paper about the project, describing PageRank and the initial prototype of the Google search engine, publishing in 1998. Hector Garcia Molina and Jeffrey Ullman were also cited as contributor to the project. PageRank was influenced by a similar page ranking and site scoring algorithm earlier used for rank disks developed by Robin Lee in 1996 with Larry PageRank patent, including a citation to Lee earlier ranked decks. Apparently later went on to carry the Chinese search engine Baidu. Eventually they changed the name to Google. The name of the search engine was a misspelling of the word Google, a very large number written 10 to the power 100, followed by 100 zeros. Picked to scientify that the search engine was intended to provide large quantities of information. Google was initially funded by an August 1998 investment of $1 from Andy Bechtolsheim, co-founder of Sun Microsystems. This initial investment served as a motivation to incorporate the company to be able to use the fund. Page and Brain initially approached David Chiriton for advice because he had a nearby office in Stanford and they know he had startup experience, having recently sold the company he co-founded, Grenade System, to Cisco for $220 million. David arranged a meeting with New and Brain and his guarantee co-founder and Bechtolsheim. The meeting was set for 8 a.m. at the front porch of David's home in Palo Alto, and it had to be brief because Andy had another meeting at Cisco where he now worked after the acquisition. At 9 a.m. Andy briefly tested a demo of the website, link what he saw, and they went back to his car to grab the check. David Chiriton later also joined in with a $250,000 investment. Google received money from two other angel investors in 1998. Amazon.com founder Jeff Bezos and entrepreneur Ram Shariram Pace and Brain had first approached Shariram, who was a venture capitalist, for funding and counsel, and Shariram invested $250,000 in Google in February 1998. Shariram knew Bezos because Amazon had acquired Jungle, at which Shariram was the president. It was Shariram who told Bezos about Google. Bezos asked Shariram to meet Google founder, and they met 6 months after Shariram had made his investment, when Bezos and his wife were on a vacation trip to Bay Area. Google's initial funding round had already formally closed, but Bezos' status as CEO of Amazon was enough to persuade Pace and Brain to extend the round and accept his investment. Between those initial investor friends and family, Google raised around $1 crore, which is what allowed them to open up their original shop in Menlo California. Craig Silverstein, a fellow PhD student at Stanford, was hired as the first employee. After some additional small investment toward the end of 1998 to early 1999, a new $25 million round of funding was announced on June 7, 1999, with major investors including the venture capital firm Kleiner Perkin and Secure Capital. Both firms were initially reticent about investing recently in Google as it wanted to retain a large percentage of control over the company to themselves. Larry and Sergey, however, insisted to taking investment from both. Both venture companies finally agreed to investing jointly $12.5 million each due to their belief in Google's great potential and through the mediation of earlier angel investors Ron Conway and Ram Sharma, who had contact in the venture companies. In March 1999, the company moved its office to Palo Alto, California, which is home to several prominent Silicon Valley technology startups. The next year, Google began selling advertisements associated with search keywords against Pace and Brain initial opposition toward an advertising-founded search engine. To maintain an unclustered page, design advertisement wire slowly takes base in June 2000. It was announced that Google would become the default search engine provider for Yahoo, one of the most popular websites at the time, replacing Inktomi. In 2003, after outgrowing two other locations, the company leased an office complex from Silicon Graphics at 60,000 Empire Parkway in Mountain View, California. The complex became known as the Google Complex, a play on the word Googleplex, the number one, followed by a Google of zeros. 3 years later, Google bought the property from SGI for $319 million. By that time, the name Google had found its way into everyday language, causing the verb Google to be added to the Oxford English Dictionary. Additionally, in 2001, Google investors felt the need to have a strong internal management, and they agreed to hire Eric Hexmet as the chairman and CEO of Google. Eric was proposed by John Doerr from Kleiner Perkin. He had been trying to find a CEO that Sergey and Larry would accept for several months, but they rejected several candidates because they wanted to retain control over the company. Michael Moritz for Secure Capital at one point even said requesting Google to immediately pay back Secure 12.5 million investment if they did not fulfill their promise to hire a chief executive officer, which had been made verbally during investment negotiation. Eric was not initially about joining Google earlier, as the company's full potential had not yet been widely recognized at the time, and as he was occupied with his responsibilities at Nobel, where he was CEO. As part of him joining, Eric agreed to buy 1 million of Google preferred stock as a way to show his commitment and to provide funds Google needed. On August 19, 2004, Google became a public company via an initial public offering. Listing the company on the Nasdaq Google Select Market under the ticker symbol GOL. At that time, Page, Brain and Skumit agreed to work together at Google for 20 years. Until the year 2024, the company offered 90 crore 6,05,052 shares at a price of $85 per share. Shares were sold in an online auction format using a system built by Morgan Stanley and Credit Suisse. Underwriter for the deal, the sale of 1.67 billion gave Google a market capitalization of more than 23 billion. On November 13, 2006, Google acquired YouTube for 1.65 billion in Google stock. On July 20, 2007, Google bid 4.6 billion for the wireless spectrum auction by the FCC. On March 11, 2008, Google acquired DoubleClick for 3.1 billion, transferred to Google valuation relationship that DoubleClick had with web publisher and advertising agencies. By 2011, Google was handling approximately 3 billion shares per day. To handle this workload, Google built 11 data centers around the world with several thousand servers in each. Those data centers allowed Google to handle the ever-changing workload more efficiently. In May 2011, the number of monthly unique visitors to Google surpassed the 1 billion for the first time. In May 2012, Google acquired Motorola Mobility for 12.5 billion in its largest acquisition to date. This process was made in part to help Google gain Motorola considerable parent portfolio on mobile phone and wireless technologies to help protect Google in its ongoing parent dispute with other companies, mainly Apple and Microsoft, and to allow it to continue to freely offer Android. In June 2013, Google acquired OS for $966 million, while OS would remain an independent entity. Its social features, such as its crowdsourced location platform, are repeatedly valuation integrated between OS and Google Maps, Google's own mapping service. Google announced the launch of a new company called Silico on September 19, 2013, to be led by Apple Inc. chairman Arthur Levinson. In the official public statement, Page explained that the health and well-being company would focus on the challenge of aging and associated disaster. On January 26, 2014, Google announced it had agreed to acquire DeepMind Technologies, a private health artificial intelligence company from London. Technology News website reported that the company was purchased for 400 million, yet the source of the information was not disclosed. A Google spokesperson declined to comment on the price. The purchase of DeepMind aided in Google's recent growth in the artificial intelligence and report community. In 2015, DeepMind AlphaGo became the first computer to default a top human pro at the game of Go, according to Interbrand annual-based Google brand report. Google has been the second most valuable brand in the world behind Apple Inc. in 2013, 2014, 2015 and 2016 with a valuation of 133 billion. On August 10, 2015, Google announced plan to recognize its variation interest as a conglomerate named Alphabet Inc. Google became Alphabet's largest subsidiary and the umbrella company for Alphabet Internet interests. Upon completing of the restructuring, Sundar Pichai became CEO of Google, replacing Larry Page, who became CEO of Alphabet. On August 8, 2017, Google fired employee James Damore after he distributed a memo throughout the company that argued bias and Google's ideological echo chamber clouded their thinking about diversity and inclusion, and that it is also biological factor, not discrimination alone, that cause the average woman to be less interested than men in technological positions. Google CEO Sundar Pichai accused Damore of violating company policy by advancing harmful gender stereotypes in our workplace, and he was fired on the same day. Between 2018 and 2019, tension between the company leadership and its workers escalated as staff protested company decision and internal sexual harassment. Dragonfly, a censored Chinese search engine, and Project Maven, a military drone artificial intelligence which had been seen as area of revenue growth for the company. On October 25, 2018, New York Times published the expose how Google protests Andy Robin, the father of Android. The company subsequently announced that 48 employees have been fired over the last 2 years for sexual misconduct. On November 1, 2018, more than 20,000 Google employees and contractors staged a Google walkout to protest the company handling of sexual harassment complaint. CEO Sundar Pichai was reported to be in support of the protest. Later in 2019, some workers accused the company of retaliating against internal activities. On March 19, 2019, Google announced that it would enter the video game market, launching a cloud gaming platform called Google Stadia. On June 3, 2019, the United States Department of Justice reported that it would investigate Google for antitrust violation. This led to the filing of an antitrust lawsuit in October 2020. On the ground the company had abused a monopoly position in the search and search advertising market. In December 2019, former PayPal Chief Operating Officer Bill Ready became Google's new commerce chief. Reddy's role will not be directly involved with Google Pay. In April 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Google announced several cost-cutting measures. Such measures included slowing down hiring for the remainder of 2020, except for a small number of strategic areas, recalibrating the focus and pace of investment in areas like data center and machine and non-business essential marketing and travel. Most employees were also working from home due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the success of it even led to Google announcing that they would be permanently converting some of their job to work from home. The 2020 Google service outage disrupted Google service, one in August that affected Google Drive among other, another in November affecting YouTube, and a third in December affecting the entire suite of Google application. All three outages were resolved within hours. In 2021, the Alphabet Worker Union was founded, composed mostly of Google employees. In January 2021, the Australian government proposed legislation that would require Google and Facebook to pay media companies for the right to use their content. In response, Google threatened to close off access to its search engine in Australia. In March 2021, Google reportedly paid $20 million for Ubisoft part on Google Stadia, one getting major publishers such as Ubisoft and Take-Two to bring some of their biggest games to Stadia. In April 2021, the Wall Street Journal reported that Google ran a year-long program called Project Barnick that used data from past advertising buys to gain an advantage over competing for an ad services. This was in document concerning the antitrust lawsuit filed by 10 US states against Google in December. In September 2021, the Australian government announced plan to curb Google capability to sell targeted ads, claiming that the company had a monopoly on the market, harming publisher, advertiser, and consumer. In 2022, the began accepting requests for the removal of phone number, physical address, and email addresses from its search result. It had previously accepted requests for removing confidential data only, such as social security number, bank account and credit card number, personal signature, and medical record. Even with the new policy, Google may remove information from only certain but not all search queries. It would not remove content that is broadly useful, such as news articles were already part of the public record. In May 2022, Google announced that the company had acquired California-based macro-LED display technology development and manufacturing startup Rexium. Rexium is set to join Google device and services team to aid in the development of micro-optic, monolithic, integrated and system integrated. In early 2023, following the success of ChatGPT and concern that Google was falling behind in the AI race, Google senior management issued a code read a directive that all its most important products, those with more than a billion users, must incorporate generative AI within month. In early May 2023, Google announced its plan to build 2 additional data centers in Ohio. Those centers, which will be built in Columbus and Lancaster, will power up to companies' tools, including AI technology. The said data hub will add to the already operational center near Columbus, bringing Google total investment in Ohio